Picture this, a calm morning with the sun gently warming the crystal clear waters, suddenly disrupted by a chilling snap. Within seconds, a paradise turned into a horrifying nightmare. The day started like any other in Nassau, Bahamas. The sun was high, its rays glistening on the waves that were softly kissing the shores of the Sandals Royal Bahamian Resort. Vacationers basked on the beach, immersing themselves in the peaceful atmosphere of the tropical paradise. Among them, a woman from Boston, newlywed and in the prime of her life. She was lured by the enticing crystal clear waters and decided to take up paddleboarding with a male relative. Far out in the calm sea, away from the shoreline, the duo reveled in the peacefulness. Unseen to them, something ominous lurked below the surface. A shadow, fast and silent, prowled with a deadly intention. Oblivious to the Boston woman, she was about to confront one of nature's most terrifying predators. Suddenly, the serenity was shattered. A flash of teeth, a splash of water, and a scream echoed across the serene resort. The woman was under attack. A shark had singled her out and pounced with a terrifying swiftness. Onlookers on the shore could only stare in dread as the unthinkable happened. The calm seascape had morphed into a terror-filled scene. The shark, an unwelcome visitor, had turned a leisurely paddleboarding session into a fight for survival. Despite the pandemonium, a lifeguard on duty leapt into action, speeding towards the scene of the attack. The woman and her relative were hastily pulled from the water, but the harm had been inflicted. The woman had suffered significant injuries, her life teetering on the edge. Back on the shore, the lifeguard executed CPR, fervently trying to revive her. But despite the desperate attempts, the woman showed no signs of life. The paradise that was supposed to be a place of celebration and joy had snatched a life in a terrifying and unforeseen way. In a flash, the calm waters turned into a terrifying war zone, and the fight for survival began. Amidst the chaos and terror, a beacon of hope emerged, a lifeguard witnessing the horrific scene unfolding. As the terrifying reality of the situation sank in, this brave soul sprang into action without a moment's hesitation. Scene 2 illuminates as we see the lifeguard, with the ferocity of the ocean and the predatory threat still looming. His focused determination was the only lifeline for the victim and her relative. Against the ticking clock, the lifeguard cut through the ocean's waves, reaching the victim with speed fueled by adrenaline and urgency. Swiftly, yet with care, he hoisted the victim and her relative onto the boat, the predator's shadowy form disappearing beneath the water's surface. The safety of the shore seemed miles away as the lifeguard navigated the treacherous waters back to the resort. Once on land, the lifeguard, driven by training and sheer will, started administering CPR, his hands rhythmically pressing onto the victim's chest, each compression a desperate plea for life to fight back. But the injuries were severe. The shark had inflicted significant trauma to the right side of her body, a brutal reminder of the perilous encounter. The lifeguard continued his valiant efforts, refusing to surrender to the daunting odds. He was not alone in his struggle. The onlooking crowd shared his silent prayers, their hearts pounding in sync with his life-saving compressions. However, despite the lifeguard's relentless attempts, the emergency medical technicians arrived to a scene that felt out of a nightmare. The grim reality began to settle in, their professional verdict echoing the unspeakable. There were no vital signs. Her vibrant spirit, so alive just moments ago, was extinguished, leaving behind a chilling silence. Despite the desperate attempts, the grim reality was unavoidable. The victim succumbed to her injuries, the serene paradise forever imprinted with a tragic memory. The lifeguard's heroic efforts, though unable to alter the tragic outcome, served as a stark testament to the unpredictable and sometimes harsh realities of nature. Life and death, joy and despair, all intertwined in the dance of existence, reminding us of the fragile balance that we often take for granted. The aftermath of such a horrifying incident left behind not just grief, but a chilling question. How could this happen? The resort, a place of relaxation and joy, was suddenly cloaked in a shroud of fear and uncertainty. Here we see an eerie quietude that has descended on the once bustling resort lanes, a poignant indication of the shock and fear that has gripped the guests and staff alike. An investigation was promptly launched to determine the type of shark responsible for the fatal attack. a mystery that till this day remains unsolved. The resorts expressed deep sorrow over the tragic event, extending heartfelt condolences to the family and loved ones of the victim. However, amidst the tragedy, an unexpected detail arose. According to the International Shark Attack file released by the Florida Museum of Natural History, the global total of unprovoked shark attacks in the previous year was significantly lower than average. The report cited a total of 57 confirmed cases, a number noticeably lower than the recent 5-year annual average of 70. Yet this comforting statistic does little to quell the fear that such an incident could happen again. The same report also revealed a chilling fact. There were 9 shark-related fatalities that year, 5 of which were classified as unprovoked. Such incidents seem to shatter the illusion of safety we often associate with popular tourist destinations. The Bahamas, known for its pristine beaches and crystal-clear waters, suddenly seemed to harbor a deadly secret beneath its tranquil surface. The tragic event served as a grim reminder that, even in the most serene settings, danger can lurk just beneath the surface. It also highlighted the importance of understanding and respecting the creatures with whom we share our planet, especially those that dwell in the deep blue sea. In the face of such an event, one can't help but reflect on the delicate balance that exists between humans and nature. It's a reminder that, despite our advancements, we are still at the mercy of the natural world, and as investigations continue, one thing is certain. The sea, in all its beauty, holds a terrifying power that can, unprovoked, turn deadly. This was not the first, and sadly it may not be the last. The history of these waters is stained with similar incidents of fatal shark attacks, involving unsuspecting American tourists. The chilling reality, as stark as it is, cannot be ignored. Now take a step back to September. A woman of 58 years from Pennsylvania, Caroline de Placido, faced the tragic end in the grips of a bull shark while snorkeling in the Bahamas. Full of anticipation for a week-long cruise, she was hoping for nothing more than a joy-filled tropical getaway. Then, cut to the dreadful incident involving a California resident, Jordan Lindsay. The 21-year-old was subjected to an unimaginable assault while snorkeling alongside her mother. Of at least 3 sharks turned the tranquil vacation into a gruesome horror movie, biting her relentlessly. As we recount these tragic incidents, we are brought face to face with the unpredictable terror that hides under the placid waters, a bone-chilling reminder of nature's ruthless side.